It's finally haircut time. I mean, I have hair grown over my ears now. Like, this is probably the longest I've left in ages. My blonde's fairly grown out.
Mm-hmm.
It's
nearly
like,
there.
Yeah. Nearly just on the ends. It's got loads of wax in it, like, but just getting the sides cut. And we're just going to have a chat. So if anybody's got any questions, now's your time to ask them, because I am focused on you guys.
Babe,
this is a child's gown.
A kid's, and you've got quite a big head.
What?
Wee bit.
Strangling me.
That's as loose as it goes.
Oh no.
That's as loose as certain.
So tomorrow is 3 days to go before our pregnancy test. I can't even tell you how it feels this time. How do you feel this time, babe?
Oh, a minute. Let me just sort this, and then I'll tell you.
Like, I kind of feel like we're in a limbo. It kind of just all feels merged as one, because obviously we've done them back to back and stuff. And I'm kind of lost where we are in life right now when it comes to it all.
It's been a mad week, though.
It has been one mad week, but like the fact that it's...
I can't quite believe it's 4 days.
No,
tomorrow.
3 days tomorrow.
Yeah?
3 days tomorrow. It's 7 days past transfer tomorrow.
Oh, dear.
I know. A week ago, you had 2 embryos implanted inside you.
That's crazy.
Oh, I know.
I don't know. I feel really nervous.
She put that on and then told you how she felt. I feel really...
I feel nervous, excited, scared, like everything in one.
All your videos seem to end shortly. Do you know, Abbie said that as well, that it cuts off, like, before we say, right, we're off for that, that part always cuts off.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know why it does that. It kind of doesn't show you the ending for some reason. Facebook's been so taboo recently.
It's been a pain in the neck.
It has.
Get your head down, babe.
It's one of them things, obviously we love sharing our journey, but so many people are rooting for us as well, which... I don't know, I don't even know how to feel. Do you feel pregnant?
Stop asking.
I can't help it, because I can always tell by your face. It gives me so much hope.
Don't know. I feel nervous.
I'm really nervous, babe. The thought of doing a pregnancy test makes me feel physically sick.
Yes, me too. Like that waiting on flipping it.
And not wanting to flip the pregnancy test.
Yep.
It is so horrible. Facebook does need to go on the naughty step. Like, we were talking about it the other day, and Abbie was like, would you be mad if I'd done a pregnancy test and surprised you? And it's not that I would be mad, like, my biggest thing I've always said to Abs, I would love nothing more in this world than Abbie to surprise me and tell me that she's pregnant. Like, that's my dream, right? That full moment where your partner surprises you. Obviously, we would know to the day. Don't pull faces.
No,
you're making me more nervous.
No, I was looking at your hair like...
But you have a whole global community behind you, supporting you and sending you so much. Nancy, it feels incredible, it really does. But what I was saying to Abs, if she done the test and it was negative, then what? She's got to break that news to me, because there's no point in her pretending and standing there and doing a test, knowing farewell what that test... Farewell's that right word? No. Knowing exactly what that test is.
Fine well.
Fine well.
Farewell.
Farewell. Knowing fine well what that test is going to say. Like, how do you do that? But then the other part, mate, would love it. Any symptoms, Abs?
Don't ask such silly questions. No, seriously. I'm just feeling really emotional and tired right now. I'm getting a lot of cramping. I've been in a lot of pain since day 3 after transfer. It's definitely been my most painful time after a transfer, I would say. And I know this is really graphic, but the reason I will explain why I'm telling you this. One of my biggest, I wouldn't even say it's a symptom, could be, I don't know, is diarrhea right now. I literally can't eat without going to the toilet, and the pain is
It's not a
horrific.
symptom. I've already searched it. It's very rare for people to get diarrhea after, but it can happen, but it doesn't mean...
No, it doesn't mean either way. But the reason I'm sharing that is because, see, when you're going through this journey and when you're in this period just now where you truly don't know, I don't know if I'm pregnant, I don't know if I'm not pregnant, and it's a really horrible, mind-boggling feeling. And I can't tell you, honestly, how many times I'm on IVF support groups, stuff like that, and every day I will search 6 days after a 5-day transfer.
Babe, I'm going in the toilet and I'm doing exactly the same thing. We're just not talking about it together.
No, we don't talk about it. We just don't mention it, okay? What is your symptoms? Like I've not been through this before, like I've not been pregnant before, but in that moment, you just want to read somebody else's comment being like, I've got bad diarrhea today and I got my first positive test.
Somebody has. Yeah, I read it on a forum
Egypt.
that somebody had bad diarrhea and got test.
Yeah.
I read that tonight when you were in the toilet.
The same happened in Egypt, but that could be being on holiday, having foreign food and whatever else. So I can't even connect the two and be like, yep, I feel positive because our last successful transfer, I had the same. We were in a different country, which you usually get the runs anyway. So if anybody else was watching our videos just now, having gone through transfer, and they're on day 6 like me, I want to be as honest and as open as I can about how I'm feeling, what symptoms I may or may not be having.
And then obviously you'll know what the outcome is.
Yeah.
Although you don't want to put them off it either way.
No. So yeah, it's a really tricky one. It's a weird feeling. I can't even describe it. It's horrible.
It's hard because I know most people for day 7 they will do a pregnancy test.
Yeah.
But the clinic don't advise it. The reason they don't, because some people can still get a negative on day 7 and then on day 10 they get a positive. But from day 7 to 10 you've just made everything really negative, stressed yourself out.
I know a lady who done a pregnancy test on day 7, got stark negative. Day 8 she done a pregnancy, stark negative, so she thought, bugger it, I'm out. She waited till her 10-day bloods, got her bloods done, and she was pregnant. It came back positive, but her beta levels were really quite low. However, they were doubling the way they should be. She then found out she was having twins. So even that, you can't...
Even with the blood, you can't determine 100%.
No.
It shows you the markers, right? So say the markers, your HCG level, I can't remember exactly what it was, but say it was between 40 and 300. With twins, it's something like 70 and 500. So you could still be in between with any of them.
All of my bloods, when I was pregnant with Gianna, the doctors told me, be prepared for twins, because my markers were so high with Gianna. But they weren't like that with Kai, they were of normal range.
For the person that asked the question saying, is anyone here straight? I would say 90% of our followers are actually straight.
Yeah.
Like we have a LGBT following, but not predominantly.
No.
How do you trim around the ears? I can never get it right. Not trained hairdresser or barber, by the way. You're just following the shape, so there's nothing hanging across the ears. You don't create a shape.
No.
But when I have a skin fade, so all the hair from my ear goes away with the bottom of the fade. We're not finished the barbers yet. I'll do another update in the barbers tomorrow because all go tomorrow. We've got all the family in there tomorrow morning to help shift. So any mystery boxes coming up to distract you? Probably. But someone was saying, oh, she can't possibly be feeling any symptoms because it's too early. With IVF, it is completely different. You can't compare it. And the reason being is the medication Abbs is on as well will also cause symptoms, unfortunately, which makes it a lot harder.
So 1 minute, let me work something out. So,
and you two have some of us straight ladies question our sexuality. Right, so there's women here just confused.
So right now, technically, if I was pregnant, I would be 3 weeks, 4 days pregnant. So even in a natural cycle, by this time, you would have had a missed period and could be testing because you have symptoms. Now, this is not IVF, this is in male-female couple. By this time, you would have a missed period if you have a regular period and could be testing because you are feeling symptomatic. So you could get symptoms naturally at this stage in pregnancy. It's just ours has grown longer outside the body, but when it's put in the body, the hormones go phew. And also, we're on shit tons of medication right now that also make your hormones go woof. So that's the hard thing. It could be from either or.
Well, the pessaries that Abbs is on 3 times a day, they can cause cramping as well, can't they?
Yeah, they're horrific. Hate them. That's probably my worst thing. The pessaries. Horrible things.
Well, we've got the podcast being set up on Tuesday as well. That's to look forward to.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to put this button plate on because it's at the back. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's why it was so dark.
Yeah, literally can't see anything back here. Where have I put my one?
Hey, Holly.
Where's it going?
Yeah, but that's that. Every pregnancy is different, and every IVF transfer is different to each individual. There's people who feel symptomatic, like you say, and you've got a negative test, but the medication and stuff that you're on, it's not that you're not feeling what you're feeling, it's that you felt it from the medication you're taking, so it makes it really difficult. Straight, curved, zigzag, we love you. Twins, triplets, or quads. Oh, I'm so glad to get this here off the side of my box. What did Abbie think of the lemons you had in the mystery box yesterday?
They are so cool.
My full family have been talking about them tonight. Yeah. They're really, really cool. It's so well done.
Yeah, they're amazing. I was well shocked when I seen them set.
And they will be centre of our podcast together, and they will remain there. Thank you so much, Rose. No, we've not started our podcast yet. There was a delay on it, on their side for the equipment. It comes on Tuesday, so obviously that's going to coincide with us testing. And for obvious reasons, we don't know how that's going to go or how it's going to feel, but That would be an interesting podcast. Straight out.
What if we announced on our first podcast if we were pregnant or not? Oh.
Same goes from us. I don't care if you're straight, gay, bi, non-binary, LGBTQIA+, whatever. Don't care where you're from. If you're nice to me, I'll be nice to you. My hair grows real fast.
I need you to do mine as well, please.
You've done my hair the same as Hudson's.
Yeah, a bit much.
What do I need to go on to watch the podcast? So the way I'll explain it to you nearer the time, and the start of the podcast it gives you a description as well. But so the podcast studio we're working with, basically they'll help break it down for us. The longer version will be on YouTube. A slightly shorter condensed version will be on Facebook, where you can actually see us doing the podcast. You'll get like a minute quick-witted cut for TikTok, and then the full thing you'll be able to stream on Spotify. So it kind of goes out everywhere. But I'll explain to you how to do it. How cool would it be to get our podcast in the charts though?
That'd
like the
be
podcast
amazing.
charts. Well, that's my opinion, but I never get acknowledged. Wait a minute, let me read what our opinion is. Well, that's my opinion too, but I never get acknowledged.
Maybe you don't care if you're straight, gay, I don't know. We will never know.
I don't know what you mean, Shirley. I've only seen that one. I try and acknowledge as many people as possible, but it's not hard to. If we literally see 2 comments at a time, there's over 5,000 in just now. You really need to get some more male followers. Well, what do you do to get male followers, Abbie? Come on.
You go ahead, Dave. Work it. Whoop, whoop. But you don't love this.
Bit of a personal question. However, I picked up the other night, your siblings are not your full siblings. However, also thought your mum and dad had been together for years. Do you have the same mum or dad? I'm just interested. I get it if you don't want to answer. Just followed before Hudson. I never heard you speak about it before. Wishing you all the luck in the world. Are you talking about our siblings?
That's the way I thought at first, but then I think
you're talking about
no,
our
I think our siblings.
Yeah. So
Explain yours then, I'll explain mine.
my older brother and sister, my mum was married before and had Holly and Ben. And my dad was married before and had Darren and then had Stefan. And then they got together and got married and had the baby of the family, which is me. So that's where mine comes from. I was the only one that was from my mum and dad. However, their mum and dad to all of the kids, just the same as I am to Gianna and Kai.
Yeah. For me, I've also got no full siblings. I hate that word. I hate half siblings. I hate all that term. They're my brothers, sisters. Exactly the same. So my mum and dad had me, and then they split up, and my mum and my stepdad, Brush, who you hear me talk about, got together, and he came with his little girl, who is my big sister, Becky, and they then had a baby together, which is my little brother, Bailey. Then my dad married, and he had my little sister, Britt. He then remarried and had my little brother, Ollie. So yeah, we both have a fair few siblings.
And as for Gianna and Kai and Hudson, if that's the way you were talking about it, I met Abs with Gianna and Kai. We had Hudson together, and obviously we've used the sperm donor for Hudson. We've used the same sperm donor this time, so if this time works, it'll also be Hudson's full sibling. But yeah, none of that matters at all.
It's actually really strange. Me and Cole were actually talking about this the other day, and both of us, having grown up with half siblings, step brother and sister, whatever, actually never knew what a half sibling or step brother sister was until we were. I think I was like maybe even first year.
Oh yeah, I was older. I think I was like 15.
Yeah, I was definitely older.
Although I knew, but I just was like, never knew. I knew, but I never thought about it.
No, like that's my brother, that's my sister.
Stefan, I said that. Yeah, Stefan's from my dad's side.
Yeah, Stefan and Darren are from Cole's dad's side, and Holly and Ben are from our mum's side. And then I've got Bailey and Becky from my mum, and Brits and Ollie from my dad.
I feel like we were the kids that were enough. Yeah, no more of them.
No, I wasn't. Mum and Bruce went on to have Bailey.
So they did.
And then my dad went on to have Brits and Ollie.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't the baby for long. I was a big sis. Cole and Abbie, so how many do you see of your brothers and sisters? We see all our siblings. Not as much as we like, but that's just life. I've got a big age gap between my little brother as well.
Thank you for my haircut.
You're very welcome. And then I've got my older sister. There's just a year between us. My brother Bailey, he lives in Dundee. He's studying law. So he's in his final year of his law degree at Dundee. So I rarely ever get to see him.
Do you know what I'll do? Next time we have a family get together, I'll go live and I'll do
You can meet them.
the family. And you can determine which one's the crazy family members. I've got one brother that I know for a fact everybody will absolutely love, but he could probably get me cancelled on one live.
He absolutely could get you cancelled in one live. And for those of you who know him, will absolutely agree. So, yes.
But yeah, we could do a meet the family. We should do it as a video, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, any questions like that, ask. We're like an open book that way, honestly. If you're curious to anything. I know some people like, it's a bit rude, you shouldn't ask that. If you feel like you want to ask a question,
it doesn't bother
ask
me.
it.
Doesn't bother me at all. I'm an open book. I probably share too much at times, but it's just who I am and I can't change it just because I'm online. But I am who I am regardless.
You're frozen. You got to find the questions for you.
I am. Are you the quiet sibling, Cole? I wouldn't say any of you are quiet. Darren's more quiet. Darren's probably the quietest of your siblings.
So, put
Scale of crazy.
Put us all in a room together and you'll think, what a mad bunch of family. Like, we're like big children together.
Yes.
Like, me and Ben together are like two terrible young children that shouldn't be put in the room together. We bring out a naughty side. Now, I think my anxiety is slowing me down a bit. But I was never quiet. When I was a dance teacher and stuff, I performed on stage with the kids, and now I wouldn't dream of doing anything like that. But
Which is crazy.
I know.
It's back to front, really, isn't it?
somebody actually, sorry if you're watching, but I'm going to say a story. It was very recently. Somebody stopped me outside a lift and she gave me a cuddle. And she said to me, "Oh my God, I absolutely love you. It's so nice to meet you." And I didn't know what to say. And I was like, "Oh, you've met me on my own." So I says, I'm really sorry. I'm actually really shy. Like, I'm the shy one. And she was like, "Do I believe that? Wait a wee second." And she stood there for a minute and was like, And I was looking at her like that. And she's going, No, didn't believe that at all. And I'm like, trust me.
She's very shy.
Thank you.
Do all your parents get on together? Yeah, absolutely. Like my mum and dad, they split up when I was 4, so this is years and years ago, so they've got no qualms. Like all of our families get on really well.
We went to Egypt with my mum and dad and
my mum and stepdad, so yeah.
And Abbie's dad is also round at my mum and dad's all the time.
Yeah.
Who's my favourite family member of yours?
What? Who's your... Out of all your family, who's my favourite? Absolutely not. Don't throw me under the bus like that. I love them all.
They're all sitting there watching them, aren't they?
No, love, I've got different relationships with all.
Yeah.
But equally are as meaningful as each of them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But then I'm like that with my family. There's some I barely see or anything, but it doesn't mean Do you have many nieces and nephews? Lots.
We have in total 17 or
16, I think.
6, but that's not including just Carson on your side, isn't it?
Yes.
So just Carson on your side, so that's 17, then minus our 3. 14. 12, 14. Because we're talking about how many grandchildren my mum and dad have, and we're saying 16.
Mm-hmm.
But take away our 3, possibly 5.
Behave yourself. Would you do a family holiday with the kid's dad and his partner? I wouldn't write it off, but probably not. I wouldn't mind if needs must we got a hotel next to each other and they wanted to go to their hotel and come to our hotel. Like if we were doing 2 weeks, like say, for instance, we both wanted to go on holiday to the same place. I wouldn't care for getting hotels in the same area and them wanting to spend that week with their dad and that week with us. Would I spend my full holiday with them? Probably not. I just do what makes the kids comfortable.
And for me, I literally don't care. I'll go on with them that's in front of me, as long as they're nice and respectful to me.
Yeah, I couldn't care. I think, honestly, for me personally, see when you're in a loving, happy relationship, all that past stuff doesn't really matter.
It does to some people.
Oh, 100%. But there's reasons.
So that's like, don't compare.
No, that's what I mean.
In that way either, because trust me.
Oh, we've been there.
Yeah.
We have had the shit. We have thrown each other under the bus. We have been there, and it has not always been this way. But I mean, as a whole, I could probably say it's the first relationship I've fully been in that exes and stuff like that doesn't bother me. But that again, for me, is circumstance, as in Coles never gave me reason to doubt our relationship or make me feel anything other than completely secure in our relationship. So if needed, I could happily sit and have a conversation with any of our exes. Like before, in previous relationships, I probably couldn't have done that, but then I was a lot younger then as well. So I think you do feel different when you're younger, don't you? But I think it's circumstantial as well. Also, we watched tonight the documentary on the Willy Wonka experience extravaganza in Glasgow. I'm sure all of you have seen, because I can't believe it's actually went worldwide. Like, that is crazy. Exactly. So much crappy stuff out there. Pick your battles. Like, absolutely. Life is too short. And watching that, people are not going to like my opinion, and I'm okay with that. I'm cool with that. But I actually feel heart sorry for the man who done the experience. Like, I get the upset and stuff, which I equally agree with. But for all who have been refunded, from what I see, is a genuine guy who's toughed up, he's mucked up, big style. He could have easily took that money and ran away. He didn't. He's staying. He's facing the music. Literally, social media and stuff is literally ruining his life just now. And do I think it's worth that? I don't.
No, I agree.
Like, social media is great. And do you know what? I even believe when he set it up, he didn't think it was really going to go as big as what it was. And it did. And he, instead of closing it that morning when he knew it wasn't going the way he'd hoped, but I don't think there was any malice in it. I literally think he was trying, as a genuine guy, to make people smile and make families smile, and unfortunately it went the wrong way for him, and I really feel heart sorry that...
But again, that's judging it on the documentary.
Yeah,
so 100%.
100%.
Otherwise, everybody's got their own opinion.
Absolutely. That's me from watching that documentary. But from what I meant by that is, I didn't know who it was that ran that experience or anything. I've seen all the hype about it online, but I had no idea who it was that done the experience or was the owner of said company. So I only know now who he is because of that documentary. And to me, that takes balls. He didn't have to do that documentary.
No. For those of you that's asking about a meet and greet, it's always something that we've said. I don't know, I feel kind of awkward doing it because it just feels like, well, why would people want to meet us? Like, and we don't want people to think that we want to think that people want to meet us.
100% Saza.
But I've always said, like, to do something like that would maybe be better if we organised, like, a big charity event or something.
Yeah, that people could come and get involved with.
And then we can do something amazing to give back.
Yeah. I know, it is crazy, Chris. Like, there's a documentary on it. Like, he said on it, he's lost the love of his life. He's lost everything. And obviously, I don't know the ins and outs. You literally see what you see on that documentary.
It was a fresh transfer this time, not frozen.
But my take is the chances are she probably left because she can't deal with the negativity and the death threats and the horrible stuff they're being sent just now. So in some respects, I don't believe her because it's a lot for anybody to take on. We get stuff like that on a daily being on social media. And it was even a shock to us when we first started getting it being online. It's like, what is this for? This guy's not even a person who works on social media.
No.
And now all of a sudden his life is...
No, like that girl recently that said to me that if I don't stop going live, she'll come in.
Yeah.
Me.
Like, behave yourself.
I'm like,
sit yourself down and actually
simmer and come and meet
have
me
a think about what you're saying.
Okay.
Like, it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Crazy.
Anyways, we'll catch up tomorrow when hopefully we've got some more positive vibes, and it'll be 3 days until we find out if we're pregnant.
That feels a bit close.
Feel it?
Very close.
Hasta la vista,
baby.